you guys will do it today. So I think we are missing now Ravikant.
Our founder, director, and CEO of International Institute of Influencers, Dr. Shama Hussain on the stage.
And good morning, my dear friends. There is some disturbance. Raja, can you please? Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, my dear friends. This is Dr. Shama Hussain, Global CEO and founder of International Institute of Influencers. So today we are here with very empowering initiative for the youth, by the youth, and to the youth. Do you know who is the youth today? From where they have come, and what are the wonderful messages that they are having for you? My dear friends, this is the world where lots of challenges are surrounding us. Lots of challenges, lots of criticism, lots of, I can say, roadblocks are there in our life. How to overcome them? Are you ready for the future generation? Are you ready for everything that you want? Are you ready for the future you are planning for? With this initiative, we have come up with a very empowering program called as Young CEO. Young CEO is a program by the youth, for the youth, and to the youth. Today, students from AAFT, Asian Academy of Film and Television, founded by Dr. Sandeep Marwaji. So we are really honored to welcome our wonderful young CEOs today with us. Let me welcome each and every one, Raghav, Nandini, Vikram Singh, Raghav Arora, Nandini Upadhyay, and Ravikant. So before I talk about them, I want them to introduce you all about their different schools. They have come from School of Advertising, School of Arts, School of Cinema, and School of Journalism. So let me welcome Raghav. Raghav, the stage is yours. Raghav, you're muted.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Whoever is watching this, greetings to everybody. My name is Raghav Arora. I'm a student of journalism and mass communication from Asian Academy of Film and Television. Right now, I'm in my second year, and I belong to School of Journalism and Mass Communication. As I told, I believe I'm a public speaker and international level debater, and my interest in politics got me into journalism. So that was about me. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful, Raghav. So we are going to have some debates as well here today, 1 or 2. So wonderful. It's glad to know you, Raghav. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. And hi, Nandini. Welcome to the show. And
Hi, Dr. Hussain, and hello to everyone that is watching. I'm Nandini Upadhyay, and I am from School of Performing Arts in my final year of my degree at Asian Academy of Film and Television. My focus is in music and world events and that includes social justice, politics, and such. So yeah, I'm very excited to be here.
Oh my God. So lots of empowerment even with Nandini over here, so which we are going to see towards our program, the complete journey of our program. Welcome, Nandini. Thank you once again. So let me move ahead to Vikram Singh. Vikram, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Hi to everyone who all are watching. I'm really happy. I'm glad that I got this opportunity as you all know, ma'am has already introduced to us. Like, I'm Vikram Singh, and I'm also from a school of advertising, PR, and events, and that is from Asian Academy of Films and Technology. And I'm pursuing my master's from there, and I'm learning a lot. Like, what should I say about events? Events are the parts of our life. At each and every step, we are just having occasions and all these things. So, like, I'm just pursuing my career in that. And previously, I've completed my graduation in BBA stream, like all those things. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram. And I'm sure you are going to shower your experience today. Everything, whatever you have learned, you are going to shower and motivate. At least our aim should be to motivate. Even one student gets motivated from you. The purpose of today's program will be really accomplished.
Definitely.
Thank you, Vikram. Thank you so much. So Ravi, we were waiting for you actually from a long time. Finally, you are here. So welcome to the show, Ravi. So Ravi, please introduce
everyone. You all know my name is Ravi Kant Jaiswal. I have been into filmmaking for 6 years now. And earlier I started as a VFX artist, and then I moved on into cinematography, and later on landed into film direction, discovering all the fields of filmmaking. And I discovered AAFT from one of my friend, who is Prajan Majumdar. He is my senior, who passed out, last year from the college. And, we also got to work together. I'm from basically. So I also and also, won a few accolades there. And we grabbed a national award as well. So I'm excited for today's session, and I'm looking forward to, sharing my experience in this college.
So Ravi, should we be ready to take autograph with you as well? So as you are going to be the future director, so I think we International Institute of Influencers even proudly will claim in future that we have interviewed you. Now, all of you three are amazing power packs today with us. I'm sure you are going to empower today, and you are going to solve lots of issues that are in the minds of the young minds of the people today. Thank you once again for introducing yourself. My question here, you are all the products of AAFT, Asian Academy of Film and Television. So I want to ask you, what are the life lessons being the part of AAFT you have learned there? And are you going to take it along with you? Are they going to be part of your life, the lessons that you have learned from there? So let me come up from Raghav.
So, Asian Academy of Film and Television. It's been a very sweet journey of 2 years. First of all, living away from home teaches you a lot of things. I am from Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, and right now I'm living in Noida for my college. So, the experience of living away from home teaches you a lot of things. It makes us more independent. It makes us more responsible and mature. Now, coming to AAFT, AAFT has definitely taught me a lot of things. After joining this institute and after getting the practical exposure which AAFT provides me, it makes me more confident to present myself in front of anybody else. It makes me more knowledgeable because the exposure here is very great. Then coming to the point that earlier when we used to be in school, it was very easy for us to put blames on others. Like in school that no, I've not done that. There was not, this facility was not available. My parents were out. There were many reasons. But here, living alone in college life, that blame game has not become a part of life anymore. Now it is to take responsibility. You are responsible for your own thing. If you've done something, you're responsible for that. If you've not done something, you're responsible for that. So college AAFT has made me more responsible, has helped me to gain knowledge, and has helped me to overcome problems facing communicating with others in a proper way. The teachers in our department, they teach us communication skills. So after joining AAFT, I've been a great communicator. I've been a great speaker. So I would thank AAFT that it has shaped me in a better way, and I've learned a lot of things.
Wow. Wonderful. That means responsibility. So you have taken up responsibility, confidence, which are really required for your future. Wonderful, Raghav. Glad to know that. And whoever are aspiring to come to AFT as well, they can understand the life lessons that they are going to learn. Thank you once again, Raghav. Thank you. So Nandini, from your side, what are the life lessons that you have grasped?
I think that, of course, while as a music student, there have been many lessons on either music production or music history or voice or instruments or anything else music related. The most important life lessons that I got from AFT were outside of the class. AFT has definitely broken a lot of the bubble that I had before. I think before we definitely live in a certain bubble, and AFT has definitely broken that. So it has definitely gotten us exposed to a lot of different kinds of people and a lot of the things that adults face in real life. And that is something that I will thank AFT for, to really get us prepared in a way for the real world, particularly as a musician for the entertainment industry. I think AFT has done a good job in preparing us for the real world.
So that means you are preparing yourself to get broken up all the balloons around you now, all the borders.
Yes, definitely. So, I'm pretty sure that even as far as very recently, I can say that definitely almost all of the bubbles, if not all of them.
No, that means borderless world you are preparing now, Nandini. Wonderful. It's glad to know. That's what, the problem with the young students, what happens is they create the borders for them and they don't like to stretch. More you stretch, more you expand your wings, you will reach your destination. So it's glad to know that after the AFT or what means is helping you in such a way. Wonderful. Thank you so much for enlightening, Nandini. So coming to Vikram. Vikram, your name is so elegant. Vikram Singh, the movie's name actually. Yes, Vikram. Now, want to know from you.
Yeah, basically, it is true. Being apart from home teaches us a lot. Means basically, I'm from Bihar, and the culture of Bihar is totally different from here. Means I had a great culture there, but being the part of AFT means basically the very first thing that I have learned from this, like you have to break the ice. Yeah, you have to step out of your comfort zone if you want to achieve something. Nothing can help you. It is you who can help you. And if you have the skills, the faculties, the professor, the teachers, everyone is there to help you to develop your skills, to develop your creativity, to place you somewhere. And they are creating that kind of situation, that kind of surroundings where you can explore yourself from each and every corner. Means just you have to break the ice, you have to do whatever you want to do. There are the person who have some proficiency, then they are going to help you. And the second thing is like you have to value your time. Means time is the thing that never comes back. We all know. Like this is the time we have, and we have to work according to that and just grab the things, grab the opportunity. They're providing each and everything. I don't think so. Means they're leaving any stone unturned in providing us like what we are going to do. So this is the things like we have to grab the situation, opportunities, value our time. We have to step out of our comfort zone. These all things are like. Thank you.
Wonderful, Vikram. So coming out of the comfort zone, where not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do that. You are getting that culture here. So that is a great lesson that you are carrying with you and going to reflect it to others as well. And time management as, yeah.
Definitely we are meeting different kinds of people from different kinds of societies. And that is the best thing to explore yourself. You are learning different things. Like I think it is the best. Nothing
exactly. Else. Networking is knowing the people, getting accustomed with all the cultures. That is what the very important requirement of this coming is this 21st century. Wonderful, Vikram. Even you say that I always tell everyone, be a businessman in their life. When you spend, like when you are spending money, we think so much about it. But when you spend time, we never think about it, which is never coming back. Money can come back, but time can never. So we need to be a businessman when we spend the time with whom we are spending. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you so much. Wonderful to listen these insights from you. And Ravi, from you.
So, I could be saying things about my personal experience, but if you talk about AFT, I see AFT as a very modern institute of filmmaking, because when I was in Calcutta and when I started filmmaking, I hardly had 3 or 4 people who were interested into writing and filming stuff or photography, and I had a very small circle of people who were interested in the making of a film rather than watching it. And like Nandini also said, definitely this also brings us to the point where there are like-minded people in the institute, and you get to know a lot of people who are working with you. Like, for example, I'm on set right now, and I'm inside a room, and outside there is entire crew, and we are shooting right now. So I just took out time for this interview, especially because I really wanted to share my experience. I think that the teachers, the faculty has been given a lot of independence, in terms of how they want to conduct the classes. I remember the teachers taking us out into parks for photography assignments, and doing whatnot. And I see it as a very privileged, as an advantage for a student, to get as much as possible, as much as you can grab from a teacher. And definitely the faculty is very good, and uttermost the thing is that we get to know that we get to connect with a lot of people, like-minded people, and we get to work with them.
Wonderful, Ravi. Means now itself, when you are telling, I'm imagining that. So how will be the situation there, what you are telling right now? And also, as you said, lots of exposure. You are given the exposure that is required. So that is a very important thing right now. In this current scenario where there is a lots of competition, you need to get a good exposure so that you can face everything and you can get that knowledge. Acquiring knowledge is the most important thing. So I think in the first scenario itself, in the first stage, it's a few people have given lots of values, ethical values that are required for a personal growth. For, like people say, that nobody can hire you for your skills, but they will hire you for your attitude. You are hired by your attitude. So your attitude, now you have shown in the beginning itself that what is important, coming out of the comfort zones and time management, exposure, networking, all these things. I think all the young students, whoever are watching you, will be noting down your exposure. So wonderful. Then let's move on to the next question, which is little bit to the corporate world, to the world that is outside. Nowadays, we are all watching. I think there is no age limit now. Each and everyone knows what's happening outside the world. Who is the CEO outside? Who is leading the social media? Who is leading the industry? We know everything now in our days. So now you will be also knowing about Steve Jobs. You will be knowing Bill Gates. You will be knowing Mark Zuckerberg. So my question is, they're all the very empowered and successful CEOs of their industry. So my question here is, what do you think is a common factor in 3 of them that has led to their success? The common factor that you noticed or you like to imbibe in them? What lessons that they are teaching to you? Would you feel that, yes, I must? Like when you see some personality, you will feel like to absorb that character in you. Usually, our mind usually try to take that positivity from the people. I think being in the AFT, I think you will be for sure taking out that persona character from everyone that you meet. So I want to know from you. So let me come from Vikram. Vikram, the question is to you.
Basically, means what I adopt most from the CEOs, like you have taken the name Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, and Bill Gates, that they see the world in a different way. Means like they have just find out the problems that people are facing, and they have just executed their ideas to solve the problem. And very much most important thing they have done, that I have also mentioned in my earlier questions, like they have valued their time. the time they got, they worked according to them, like the things that we all are seeing some issues and problems involved at each and every corner, like, but some of them are taking the responsibility, some of them are talking about it, but some of them are changing it, some of them like finding the solution. They're just not talking about it, just it should be changed. They are the one who find the solution. Like Mark Zuckerberg has seen that it is quite impossible to connect from one corner of the world to another corner, like, but he has just got the idea that I should do something so that people can connect at a platform where each and every easily, like each and everyone can connect easily. So he has just implemented the idea. He didn't talk about it. Just he was doing his work. If he had just like ideas, like others, he can also waste his time while talking about like only. But he just made a plan, executed it, work according to the time, work according to the society, and just hit the market. And we all know where they land. So
what do you think you would like to take from him, Vikram? Like which character especially you feel, like for example, possessiveness, like?
Well, just one of the characters I've just read about Mark Zuckerberg when he became father. When his daughter came to world, then he just donated his 99% of his like approximately 99% of his things to the charity. So this was the thing that he was having a lot more. So he thought that I should do something for the society and step, or it's a very big risk for a entrepreneur, for a businessman to donate his all the wealth to the society. That is extremely well. So this is the helping nature to the ethics, the responsibility, the duty that he is showing to the society. That is the best thing I know about him. And
exactly. Wonderful. Wonderful, Vikram. Like, I think Pele, who is the football player, he even said, let's die rich. Means people try to motivate them and they try to prepare themselves. How much successful the end is, people should remember you forever. It's not being rich important, but dying rich is important.
They all have just set the example for the society. They all have just set the example. Like, it is you who can do everything. Means like there is nothing that is impossible.
Wonderful, Vikram. Wonderful. So, my dear friends, my dear students, I hope you got the point from Vikram now. So, very good, Vikram. Thank you so much, Vikram. Moving on to Nandini, from you.
I think what I definitely get from them is, I think what I notice about them is that they are very business minded. And I think from their stories, you learn a great deal about how to navigate the world, whilst also not letting go of your own individuality and your own core values. And I think we definitely, I personally also learn how to start from the absolute scratch with absolutely no help whatsoever and build something right to a massive global scale. And like Vikrant also said, I think they have a wonderful track record of treating their employees right, of treating the world right, so I definitely learned that from them. And I think what I also learned is that if you just have the right attitude, like you said, if you just have the right attitude, then you can do whatever you want and absolutely whatever you want. You can achieve whatever.
Wonderful. So Nandini is taking up how to navigate the world with them, how to start from the scratch. Usually people feel, I don't have this. He's the son of a rich person. That's the reason he's having everything. But it's not that. Even with the scratch, you can start. You have filtered the very good points from them, that how to navigate in this world, how to be yourself with whatever the skills, whatever the inbuilt you have, inbuilt manual that you are having inside. Wonderful, Nandini. Thank you so much. Moving on to Raghav. Raghav, from your side.
So hello. Basically, all the three of them are tech giants. And
Okay.
what they introduced technology to us. They saw a vision, and we are living that vision. So they saw this technology's vision when technology was not at its peak, not at the peak. So they teach one thing, that you should go out of the box and do something which is not very famous and then make it famous. Now, the three qualities which I believe which are very common in them, that is that they are quirky, they are focused, and they are hardworking. So what I have learned, so coming to the point, that what I have to, like, if I have to adapt something from them, what I will adapt is their humbleness. With that post, with that position, with that power, being that humble is a very good thing which I acknowledge, and which it's obvious. With, as we say, with great power comes great responsibility, and
Yeah.
comes great ego. That's the fact. That's the main fact. But managing that ego, being humble, with not just me, but everybody should look up to it. And obviously, going out of the box and doing something like that is the thing which I look up for. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. You reminded me the movie of Spider-Man as well. Where the Spider-Man, he himself said again, with the great power comes a great responsibility. No, what you said is extraordinary, Raghav. It's amazing that with power, everyone, it's a natural instinct that we get the pride. We get the pride, and it's very difficult to manage that pride. Managing that pride is really very difficult. And they are managing. That's the reason we whole world is respecting them. You youth, instead of seeing the pride side, you are looking at that mechanism part here. You are looking at that mechanism, even though they are having that prideness, but still how they are. They are so humble. You are extracting the main means appreciable that what you said. This is really important in this present scenario to the each and everyone, especially to the youth who are leading ahead. Thank you, Radha, once again. Thank you so much. And coming to our director, future director, Ravi.
So there are two things. I mean, in all the three personalities that you've mentioned, first of all, they are moved by something that affects them on a
Your voice, Ravi. You're not audible, Ravi.
Not audible.
And now I think now we can hear him. No, I think it's Vikram's sound. Still no. I think maybe Ravi is having technical issue. Ravi, till then we'll come back to you. Just to check it out. I think even his camera is with. Maybe he is having some technical issue. So let me go to the next question. It's so wonderful hearing from you about how you are taking a positive points, positive implications in your life. Now, my second question to all of you is, you might have heard people saying, today is difficult, and tomorrow is very difficult, and day after tomorrow is beautiful. When we take up any task, we feel, oh my God, a bit difficult today. I'm going for the new job today, lots of problems. And tomorrow it becomes more random. It becomes more difficult again, more intensified. And then, but we don't have that patience to wait for controlling, for having that, to resolve it. So day after tomorrow will become beautiful, where you are going to achieve the success. So where do you land in? I want to know from you, are you the one who will give up with today or tomorrow? Or you will have a patience and wait till day after tomorrow, which is very beautiful. So I think Ravi has come back. Let me try with Ravi this question. Then we will, your painting question, we'll take it in the last, Ravi. Yeah, Ravi, please.
I'm sorry I lost it because I'm not at home, I guess.
Okay. Okay, the question was like today is difficult, tomorrow is more difficult, and day after tomorrow is beautiful. But we don't have that much of patience to wait for day after tomorrow. So do you think where you land in? Do you land in today, tomorrow, or day after tomorrow? Where is your right now?
No, I think if you ever compare yourself with how you were in the past, you will always see that you have moved forward gradually, because with each passing day you get to experience a lot of new things, and that is why we also respect the elders. Most people have this debate on why all age should be considered to be same, but there is this thing that elders have the level of experience. So I see experience as my earning, and not monetary terms or in any terms. I see that with each passing day I learn new things, and that's how I keep growing.
But will you give up when you see any criticism, when you see any problems, when there is lots of hard nuts to crack and anything? Will you give it up, or you will continue the same thing? No problem, you fall down.
I mean, for answering this question, I must clarify what do I mean by giving up? Because I don't think that I have ever done something that would refer to the word giving up, and I don't know how do you give up in the first place.
So I got the answer here itself. That you are ready to face your challenges. And you don't know the meaning of give up here. So it's clear itself that you are not the person who will give up for all the difficulties and for all the challenges that are coming up to you. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much. I got it. Thank you. And Vikram, from your side, where do you land in Vikram?
I want to tell you, I'm from a middle class family. And since childhood, we all have done lots of labor to get each and everything. Then stepping out from my own state to Delhi is it was also a very big challenge. But I was not knowing anyone here. But still, I didn't give up. I set up myself here. I don't know why should I or anyone else should give up, because they are having an vision, they are having an idea, they are going to pursue something. So why should? Because we all know there's the sun shines in the morning after every dark night, and unless we don't grab it, we don't get it, I don't think so we should leave it. Because if I am going to do something, if I want something, then I should put all my efforts in that, nothing else, because I don't have any other things to do. If I want to pick up pen, then I will raise my hand, reach to the pen, and then I'll pick it up. Why should I think that I have to step out of my bed, I have to step out of my chair? Nothing like that. Just do what you want at any cost. There's nothing like I can leave it, I can just get it, grab it, don't leave it.
Wonderful. You have explained it in such a wonderful and very simple way that you are here. First of all, there is no thought of giving up, as you said, as even Ravi said, there is no thought of giving up. And also, Vikram, what you said, I really love that more the challenges when we have in our life, we get that urge of getting it.
Why should only think that in future what we'll do? We can compare it with present. That if we have to go to college, then we have to step out of bed. Either it is cold outside, raining outside, it's too hot outside. I don't think so. I'll get trapped there or nothing else. If I'm just not going there, I'm losing something. I'm missing something. And one more thing, if I want something, I'll hit my each and everything in that. I'll just do it at any cost. If I'm getting it, that is my reward. If I'm not losing something. I'm learning something. I'm not losing anything.
Exactly. At least you will not regret in your life that you didn't do it. You didn't do. So you have to do all the attempts. Your part is your hard work. Your part is attempt. Luck, it's up to it.
Only that is the thing I have. I don't have anything else. I have my skills. I have my knowledge that I will put it into it. Nothing else.
Exactly. Invest your skills, invest your knowledge. Don't worry about tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Live today and do your best. Wonderful, Vikram, what you said that Vikram has given today. And friends, more the challenges in life, more emotionally and more exponentially you grow. That is, challenges comes to make us strong, and difficulties comes to a tough soldiers. So let's be tough soldiers in life.
Like nothing is uncertain in future except that what I'm doing today, I'll get it in future.
Yes, wonderful, Vikram. I want each and everyone, every students who are going to be the future CEOs or future generations, please think all these values. No need to give up for any small thing, or no need to have any backdrops in your life because of the challenges. Thank you, Vikram. Thank you so much. And Nandini, from your side, where do you land in, Nandini?
Yes. So regarding the topic of giving up, I think I really absorbed the moral of never give up. I think as young as I was 6 years old, I don't even remember. I think I have always been somebody that has always said to never give up, and just I have really lived that. Even if I have had times where I almost gave up, the important thing is that I never did. And I have had challenges. I'm going to put it out there completely frankly. I have had challenges, and I will have many more. But I'm regarding the main question, I am not dwelling on that. I have learned very recently to not dwell on the guilt of the past or the anxieties of the future. I am learning to just live my life day by day. I just want to, of course, I am working towards a final goal, but I don't want to be attached to that goal more than I am attached with what I am doing today. I am a musician, and as a musician, I have been a musician for the past 10 years. Now music is like breathing for me, and I don't think any of us can just give up breathing. It's not like we can't just give up breathing. So music is like that for me. I have persevered, and I have not given up, and I'm very glad that I didn't. But I think the one thing is that we can have ambitions. It's completely okay to have ambitions. It's completely okay to have big goals in life, no matter where you come from or who you are. And that's completely okay. But then also don't get so attached to the ambitions that you'd lose focus on what you have to do today. So to answer your question, in short, is that I'm living in today, or at least I'm actively teaching myself to live in today.
Wonderful, Nandini. Means you made your passion as your air and water, all the senses in you, so that, and you, without that you cannot live. So there is no possibility of giving up. So because without that you cannot live. So there is no chance of giving up. You have to. What a wonderful way of explaining that. I think all of you have given me that adamant answer, I can say. The adamant answer that why we will give up. So it's such a this is such a wonderful character that you are exhibiting right now here, which each and everyone should imbibe it in their life as an etiquette, where they should not think. Usually the children, oh, this one I cannot, I do, oh, project, oh, it's okay, I cannot do this. So this is something that we, the students nowadays, and they depend upon somebody else to do their work, and they lose that passion. So that type of that passion is not there. Where you are, like Nandini said, music is my passion, my air, my water, whatever she said, means like that she is living in. So once you start cultivating that culture of having that inside your body, I think there is no scope for giving up. You cannot rent. The giving up attitude will have a high expensive rent in your home now. So they cannot afford that. That's what I have noticed in three of you right now till now. Thank you so much, three of you. And let me move on to Raghav. Yes, Raghav. From you, where do you land in, Raghav?
So I'll break the ice. I say that I have given up. People do give up. That's the fact. And the thing is, at every point of time, we sometimes we realize that I can't do this, I have to give up. That's the reality, harsh reality. But what we have to find is the right motivation to start again. We all give up, but we all start again, and we have that motivation to start again. So we all need to find that right motivation to start again and to continue the thing. Now, coming to the question that today is difficult, tomorrow is more difficult, and day after tomorrow is beautiful. It's very it's difficult to start a new idea. If you're starting something new, it's very difficult. I understand. Like today, if I am planning to go to gym, so I'll join the gym, I'll pay the fees, I'll go 2 days. It's difficult. I'll feel difficulty. I know after 6 months of continuity, I'll get the result. That would be beautiful. Day after tomorrow is very beautiful. But for me, the most important thing is being consistent. And that's tomorrow, which is the most difficult part. Tomorrow is being consistent. Like you can start a thing, but it's very difficult to be consistent, to take it to the end line. You can always start a race, but it's very difficult to complete it. So the process in between, that's the day, that's the tomorrow, that's the most difficult part. That is one of the most important part of life. And we all need to find the right motivation to be consistent in life, to be consistent and to be focused. That if we start something, we have to be consistent. We have to pass that tough time, the most difficult time of being consistent. And then the beautiful day is waiting for us. So for me, the most important day is tomorrow, which is being consistent. And that would be my answer.
Wonderful, Raghu. I think Nandini has to say something. Yes, Nandini.
Yeah, so something that I would like to add to the topic of giving up. Like I said, that I have come close to giving up, but I never have. And I think I can confidently admit that because it's normal. You know, I think in today's world, there is a lot of messaging about like, oh, you know, don't give up, you know, you have to keep fighting, you have to, basically that's true, like that's obvious, that's a given. But I believe that anytime you do feel down, like anytime you do feel just a little bit sad, you know, a little bit like oh my god, why is this only happening with me, you know, it's fine, like it isn't just happening with you, but even if you are feeling like that, it's fine. And I think it's very important for mental health to acknowledge that. And, you know, I would say that feel sad. And this is very counterintuitive. Like, this is not a message you hear a lot. But I would actually say that feel sad. If you feel sad, then you feel sad. Continue feeling sad. But then don't get stuck there. Find a way to take yourself out of it. But it is very important to acknowledge your emotions. Like, we are humans. I think something that I want to say is that we are humans. And we have emotions. We have our ups and downs. It is very important to acknowledge even our downs, you know. It's not, I don't think it's a healthy mindset to be constantly like, oh, you know, I shouldn't be feeling like this. If you're, for example, you're feeling like you're going to give up, then it's not healthy to be like, oh, why am I feeling like this? You know, other people have it way worse than me. So why I am very privileged. So I shouldn't, no. Acknowledge your feelings. Whatever feelings you have, you need to acknowledge them. And that is something that I really, because this is not something you hear a lot. So this is what I want people
we can
to
say,
hear
like,
today.
if you want to do something, if you have to reach somewhere, then if you are getting down, if you are getting ideas of giving up, then you can change the way of your doing things. But you should not change that point. You should not drop that idea for which you are working. Like, keep calm, do your work. There are some powers which are surrounding us that is helping us.
Yes.
Wonderful,
Yes, of
Vikram,
course.
Nandini. Yeah, please, Nandini.
I'm sorry. Yes,
No,
you know,
no,
I
please.
think, what I'm saying is that Vikram is absolutely right. In the sense that, you know, if you want to, if you are feeling a little down, then change your methods. And that is absolutely right. You know, maybe through, I think for most of us, we find out through trial and error that what is working for us and what is not working for us. And maybe something that is working for a lot of people out there is not something that's working for us, you know. So, but I'm saying that, you know, you need to acknowledge all your feelings. You know, that is how, you know, if you feel a little, you know, if you just give yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of time to to acknowledge your emotion, acknowledge that, okay, you know what, maybe I need some rest. Maybe I have been stressing too much. Maybe I do need a little bit of a break. If you feel that, then that is when you will be in a mindset later to find that different way. Are you getting what I'm trying to get at?
Yeah,
If you I think I'm speaking like, if you feel down, you can acknowledge that for a minute or 2 or 5 or 10, maybe even one night, maybe even take a break for a week. It's fine. I am here to tell you that it's fine. But that is how you will find out, okay, then you'll calm yourself, you'll ground yourself, and you'll be like, okay, maybe this was the thing that I was doing that wasn't working. And that's why the results that I wanted weren't showing. And so now when I start again, because I always do, if I'm starting again, then you have a new perspective, then you have a new thing to try that you can start with, and that way you get ahead. So that's just my perspective.
I would also like to add a point to Nandini's point. That it's okay to feel down. It's like, to all the people who are listening to this, it's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel like giving up. But again, you need to find the right motivation. You need to find the right kickstart which will bring you back on track and which will help you to travel that path towards a beautiful day. And as we say, so we should never fail down. Instead, we should make that failure a stepping stone, and we should learn from it, and we should go towards our success. Thank you.
Wonderful, Raghav.
Vikram. You have to learn from failures.
Failures, yes. Like failure is a trigger. We need a trigger in our life always. So failure is a trigger.
How can I not do this? I have to do this.
I have to do this. And it's wonderful messages that given by Nandini, Raghav, Vikram, and Ravi. That consistency, more the failures, no problem, you will get more momentum. So momentum is required. So that's one thing. And as Vikram said, change the strategy. Nandini and Vikram was telling, if you fall also, change the strategy and come up to another way. And as Nandini said, very important thing, I love that, acknowledge your sad. Whatever sad things happens with us, whatever the falls that happens to you, please acknowledge that. So that once you acknowledge it, you know what's happening. Businessmen, I feel, Raghav, everyone, 4 of you here, they don't want to give promotions, my dear friends. Here, promotions in sense, they don't want to give promotions to their negative feelings. It's absolutely right. Once you give promotion, like for example, you're sad and you start promoting this sadness, it will change to disappointment. And from disappointment, it will lead to the crimes and whatever. So more you do the suicides, whatever. So let's not give promotions. They are part of businessmen, and they said don't give promotions. And let's have a happy life with our acknowledgements, with our consistency, with our never giving up attitude. Attitude is very important, first of all. So wonderful answers. It was amazing to listen from all of you. And I'm sure everyone who are listening right now will be blown up. Okay. So let me ask you the next question. It is concerned to a different domain now. Imagine you are a CEO of a company, and when you are in a position, people try to criticize you. You will, they don't want to see your success, and they want to criticize what he is doing that, but he cannot do this. There will be lots of criticism among your people about you. So how do you handle this criticism? And also nowadays, criticism is something that is leading even to the youth to do suicides. They are not able to manage criticism in their life. So let me ask, I think, Ravi.
I think even, related to the previous question as well, I think everyone expects a lot of themselves because they are human beings and they have got a good neural system and everything. I think that the primary, like I said earlier also, that sustainability is the key. If you want to sustain a happy life, all you need is good food and place to stay and everything, So, and nature has all of it. And you don't really need the acknowledgement of anyone in order to, carry forward with your stuff. We should, start expecting less from ourselves, because that leads into disappointment and then later on giving up and everything. I like the two things that I said. Number one, follow what you're doing, and number two, sustain at the same time.
Wonderful, Ravi. Follow what you're doing, follow yourself, and sustainability. Ravi's balanced way, his unique style of handling things is different. As a director, he is going in that way. Wonderful, Ravi. Sustainability, I agree with you. You need to sustain. You need not, when people are, you need not increase your graph or decrease your graph, up and down, accelerate or decelerate when people are talking to you about anything. You need to just sustain what you are doing. Wonderful, Ravi. Thank you so much. Nandini, from your side, how do you handle?
Well, I think I have definitely, in the recent times, I have definitely learned to handle criticism and developed more of a thick skin than perhaps I had before. That being said, of course, genuine criticism from, if I was the CEO of a company, I would think if we separate the trolls from the genuine criticisms, then I would try my best to take the genuine criticisms. I would take them, I would try my best to take them and implement them and then make things better, and improve things in my company. And, but that is for the genuine criticism. Something that I have learned is that there are people who they will wear a mask and say that they're giving you constructive criticism, but they're not. They actually want to see you fall. There will be people that will wish you to fall. And so with that, I think what is very important is that when such people give you criticism, you can do one of two things. You can either ignore the trolls, ignore the noise, I think our minds are very cluttered with noise these days, So, and I feel like trolling and, very harsh criticism or very harshly delivered criticism, it's kind of that noise, it's kind of that noise. So you can either ignore the noise, or if there are particular people that are being they are trying to pull you down because they cannot see that you are climbing, if they are like that, then you can you will of course continue climbing, because that's what you do. You will continue climbing, and that will be the biggest, it will be the biggest kind of slap in the face, so to say. But also, you also need to learn to be assertive. By assertive, I mean that you need to also learn to stand your ground when there are people that are perhaps crossing some boundaries that they shouldn't cross, with you as a person. And you can just clearly and firmly, not rudely, do not shout, don't fight, but just very clearly and firmly says that, hey, you cannot say this to me. This is my boundary. And, I am really happy that I'm really happy that you're giving me this criticism, but also, I have been doing this for a while, so I will also, figure things out. So it's like you need to take criticisms as well. You obviously need to take criticisms, but when it comes to certain people in your life, you also need to stand your ground and remind them that if you have reached somewhere, you have reached somewhere for a reason, and that is you. So yeah, that's my advice.
No, I think you have done lots of research on criticism, Nandini. The point that I really liked the most is when you said we need to distinguish the kind people act as constructive criticism. That is really where we fall in. We fail in as well. So it's wonderful, Nandini, in this such a young age, you are able to find out these microscopic factors in life. It is amazing to listen this from you. Thank you so much, Nandini. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Nandini. From your side. Everyone, you are having, a very unique style of explaining and giving the concept. I really love each and everyone is having a different style. Yes, Raghav, please.
I believe criticism makes a person strong. Someone rightly said that if you have to avoid criticism, then do nothing, speak nothing, and be nothing. I mean, if you're doing nothing, then it can be possible that you're not being criticized. If you're doing something good in the society, you'll definitely be criticized. I would agree to the point that Nandini ma'am pointed out, that there are 2 points. Like, there's a constructive criticism, and then there is the criticism which brings you down. So what I believe, if I am the CEO of the company, then the criticism which is there to bring me down, I'll definitely ignore that, and I'll motivate employees working in my company also to ignore them. But if it comes to constructive criticism, then I'll obviously take that in a positive way. The constructive criticism, I'll definitely motivate my employees. It's not very easy to handle criticism these days. If I am the CEO, if I'm at that point, then people will look up to me. So I'll motivate people who are looking up to me that it's okay to have criticism. It's okay to be not perfect. Like, it's okay to be non-perfect. But we should always, what I believe is, we should always learn from our criticisms, and we should always keep in mind that we have to do one extra, that next time we are not criticized for the same thing. Maybe we can be criticized for a new thing, but you have to do something that you don't get criticized for one thing twice. So that's my motive, that change the person's criteria of criticism.
Wonderful. Yeah, Nandini, please.
Sorry, I just wanted to add just one more thing. Even with constructive criticism, I think a lot of us tend to get overwhelmed by it, especially if you are at the level of being a CEO of a company. And even with the amount of constructive criticism, sometimes we do get overwhelmed, and sometimes we do get into thoughts of, am I really good at this? Well, my solution, I think it's very important, is to just take one point at a time. Just work on one point at a time, because there may be many things to fix. There may be 5 things, 10 things, or even 100 things, but you do not have to fix all of them in one day. This company is not dying, so you can definitely just take one point at a time, and that will definitely make it easier to manage the criticism that you're getting, and also not get overwhelmed with it. Yeah, that's all.
Wonderful. Not get overwhelmed. Very wonderful point here. And as Raghav said, don't repeat. Give chance or opportunity for the people to criticize you for the same thing again. This is again one more wonderful point. I think that we must take it with us. We should not give the opportunity. We should do something, or we should overcome that, or we should develop some other strategy over this. Wonderful, Raghav and Nandini, both of you have highlighted this like anything. And coming to Vikram.
Yeah.
Vikram Singh.
First of all,
yes, Vikram.
Being the CEO of a company or any organization, I'll have lots of responsibilities on my shoulder, and there are lots of people who's going to learn from my personality, as I'm at some place, and most of the people working with me or from the society are going to learn from my my personality, that because I'm at some place. So talking about criticism in that, we don't have to show something if anyone is criticizing me, I should also troll him. I should also get him into the courtroom or in a panel, let's have a debate. Why you said this? Why you made this statement to me? I'm not doing this. Just do nothing. Just stay calm and take it in a positive way, and just reply if you want. Just reply in a way they should also get the answer, or let's satisfy them. For example, I would like to say, like, we all know Shah Rukh Khan is a brand, and lots of people are trolling him. A few days back, I've just seen a post where 2-year-old girl was saying that I didn't like his movies. So Shah Rukh Khan is a brand. We all adore him. We all want to be like him. So if Shah Rukh wants, then he can say that how she's 2-year-old guy, how she judged my movies. She don't have that much knowledge. But just what he simply does, he simply just said that I'll work harder for my next movies. So she will also like it. So this is very, like, it is in an extraordinary way. Means the person who posted that video also gets satisfied that, yeah, he shows humbleness. He replied on my tweet, and like people also get a thing that if you are at a place, then don't use your things in a different manner. Just be humble, be kind. Having lots of money, having lots of fame, having lots of things should also not make people distract from their way. So just take it in a positive way. If you want, just reply in a very calm manner, like just, yeah, I will work harder. And definitely sometimes the criticizers also shows us the mirror that, yeah, I'm doing this wrong. So simply just get that point, change that thing, and do, as Raghav said, that from next time, they should not get the point to talk on that.
No, what a wonderful answer. Even you made me happy. Like Vikram, I was so mixed in criticism also. Usually criticism makes the people's blood pressure high. It goes to from 120, I think it will go to 200, 220 or somewhere. Now you are talking.
Anyone can feel that I'm doing this much thing, I'm working that much harder, and that people who is not doing anything just came and said that you are not going to do good, you have to do this in this way and this way. They don't see that what type of labor behind the scene he or she is doing. But just keep calm, because you know what you have done. You have given your 100%. Maybe something is missing. So next time we'll do this. That's it.
No, wonderful. I'm sure everyone will be happy to listen this answer. Just I will work hard. Means you should win the heart of the person, criticizer also. The person who has done the criticism, we must be in a position to win their heart. And as a CEO of a company, I think if you can do this, you are increasing the productivity of your organization. Instead of going on to the battles, one more third world war, instead of that, compromising and having non-cooperation movement.
Yeah,
I think
we all know anyone is moving up, then there are lots of people who is pulling him down. So just
yes, exactly. Wonderful. 4 of you are amazing in this. I think everybody should watch this video to listen from you how to handle criticism and how to not handle the tendency of never give up attitude. And how to extract the positivity of the people who are successful. Amazing way you are 360 dimensions, it's 100% wonderful. Okay, now you know how to overcome the criticism, you know how to extract the positivity, you know everything now. So now my question is, there are people who don't know. There are people in your company who are illiterate about positivity, who are unaware of these ethics and values, responsibility, whether it's accountability, whether whatever, all these things. They are not aware of anything, but they are working in your company. How do you motivate them towards productivity? How do you motivate them? So let me come with Raghav.
Definitely. I would love to start this. So students, we are working under teachers. So what do we expect from teachers is that they should understand us, our point of view, and we should have that bond of understanding. So as CEO, the first thing that I would make with my employees is that bond of understand, that I am there for them and they can communicate if they're having any problem. Now, coming to the business point of view, if you pay right, as a CEO, I'd pay right for the right job. Like that's the most important thing if you have to bind the employees, because money is important in life. Then the third thing which I would say is that respect. Everybody loves respect. If you give respect, you will have respect. So I would definitely tell my employees to respect each other. I would definitely respect my employees, and in return, then only I can expect to get respect from them. Appreciating their hard work can be the next point. Sometimes some happens that if we do something with very much tension. I'm audible? Hello?
There was a slag, but now it's fine.
Yeah. So as CEO, being in that position, I would appreciate each and everyone's hard work so that they have that bond. Everything is to maintain that bond, to maintain that understanding. Then I would definitely motivate one thing and would promote one thing, that it's okay to have failures. I would definitely motivate this to my employees, would communicate this to employees, that it's okay to have failures and it's okay to accept failures, but we should not sit with it. We should move on. We should talk about it. We should solve the problems. And at last, making work fun would be a point to motivate my employees to work harder, to go extra mile. And that's it. In short, making a bond to make work fun and to give respect and to accept failures. These are the points I would communicate to my employees for a better working of a company. Thank you.
Wow. I'm sure all your employees will be so lucky, Raghav. Once they have you as a CEO, I know by your persona itself, we can make out how humble you are and how mean you are in your values and everything. I wish you all the very best, Raghav. Means the way you are carrying out everything. It's amazing, your thoughts in this age. It's lovely to hear this. Thank you, Raghav. Thank you so much. And Nandini?
So first of all, I think the most important thing, and like I said before, is to acknowledge that we are not machines. We have invented machines, but we are not machines. We are humans. And there are some human needs of food, water, rest, and which are very important. So I will setting the base environment for which the employees will be motivated is by creating a friendly, equal, and just environment. By equal, I mean that, even if I am the one who started the company, I'm not going to view myself. I think while there is a certain amount of respect that you have for people that have accomplished more in any field or that have spent a lot of time, of course, you will have a certain amount of respect for them, which comes naturally. But I think that every human being deserves basic, and I, as a CEO of a company, intend to give them that. There is things like trying to always talk nicely with them. I'm not going to talk down on anyone. I'm not, and I would definitely hold to account anybody that does talk down on anybody else, on another human. Even if it's the person that makes tea in my company should have that basic human respect, and I will give them that respect even if I am the CEO of the company. That is something that is very important to me. I don't believe in hierarchies, to be honest. I just don't believe in hierarchies. Then of course, then the thing is that rest is very important. A 40-hour work week is of course, it has worked for a long time or it hasn't worked for a long time. That's more up to individual experience. But I would like to change things up a little bit. The reason being is that the 40-hour work week was made with the assumption that somebody is going to be at home taking care of all the household work. Now, in today's day and age, and it is completely okay, there can be families or nuclear families in which both people are working, or if somebody can be living alone in a flat, so they have to manage all the household work themselves and then manage a 40-hour work week themselves, and also the traveling time. I'm actually going to have a 32-hour work week. If I ever do become a CEO, I will have a 32-hour work week, first of all. And the timings will be more flexible. I'm not going to do a strict 9 to 5. If somebody, for whatever reason, like, of course, I'm going to try and make sure that they stay with the 32 hours, but then how to manage those 32 hours, that's up to them. That is up to my employees. And I think that is important because like I said, we are all human, we're all different, and it is while of course teamwork and collaboration is very crucial, and building a community is very crucial, I also think that our individual needs should be addressed. And by individual needs, I mean some people are more night people than morning people, and I don't judge. I honestly don't judge. I am fine with that. I'm fine if somebody wants to come from 9 to 5, that's fine. If somebody wants to go 10 to 6 or 11 to 7, that's fine. It's fine by me. It's fine. And then I would also definitely have a paid leave for whenever my employees, for example, maternity leave, paternity leave, all of those things, and like obviously sickness, and there being insurance, so that like Raghav said, that I would have a responsibility towards my employees, and that includes things like having making sure that if at the very least they don't feel anxious that, oh, I'm missing work when they are in a hospital, like you deserve your rest. You are in a hospital, you deserve your rest. It's okay. I will have paid leave for those kind of things, for those kind of things, I will have paid leave. And this is more getting into sort of the American thing, but I think there will be a set amount of minimum wage, which will not just be a barely surviving wage. It will be a somewhat of a living wage, by which I mean that even the most even like the tea maker in my company will, if I'm speaking in terms of American dollars, even the tea maker in my company will get $20 an hour. Even so basically it's about basically all of that. What that boils down to is having respect for every human, and that includes having respect for their humanity and their basic human needs. So that's just my opinion.
Wonderful. I think for us now, Nandini has taken us to a tour of office completely, where we have I felt that. I was just imagining all the ups and downs of regular employee will be having in his daily routine, going to the office, maternities, paternities, and all sickness and everything. And the way she's thinking all the things, as Raghav and Nandini said, I love that responsibility. It's the employees are the responsibility of the company. We should not avoid that, and we must take that, as Nandini has taken up the interior responsibilities as well, and she has she has given so many options, the ways that she can adapt if she becomes a CEO of a company. Wonderful perspective, Nandini. Glad to hear from you all these things, and I wish you all the very best, because now the future is yours. You have to bring the peace and love and bonding, as you said, Raghav, as well. Like it's a bonding. It is the responsibility is nothing but the bonding that we are developing, and indirectly you are going to rise the productivity of the company as well. Whatever you are doing it, you are going to get it back. You are going to reflect it back. Wonderful. Yeah, Raghav, you want to? Okay. Then Vikram. Please, from you.
Being a CEO again, I will have more responsibility on my shoulders, and this time I will be the only one who is responsible for making my employees more accountable and more responsible. And what I think for that very important thing is that, like, what I should do, I should win the loyalty of my employees. If once they are loyal to my company, once they are loyal to my organization, they will definitely work harder and harder to take my organization to the next level. Taking as compared to Ratan Tata's company, that Tata employees are more loyal to that company as compared to others. So why employees are being loyal to that company? Because they are getting that much thing that they are working for that. Like means all the employees should get that excess amount according to their work. Uh, if I will talk about my organization, I'll just take the example. Like as Nandini has also said that if there is a guy, a tea making guy, he should also get that much respect, that much thing in that organization. If I'm talking about a watchman, simply we should greet him. We should just give that amount of respect, because if he is not there, then who is going to open the gate? And if the gate is not open, then how you will enter into the organizational work? That means each and everyone is connected, and each and everyone is giving their best to taking the organization to the next level. Not only that guy who's sitting with laptop on the desk is only responsible for the organization. All the guys, like the drivers, the watchmen, each and everyone is their best, and they team in that company, so that they are being more loyal. They should give their 100%, not 100%, but they will try to give their 100%, and that will definitely take the organization to the next level. Simple.
Wonderful. This is another perspective from Vikram about loyalty and the examples. Even you thought about a gatekeeper here. There is something that each and everyone should learn this, how our microscopic tendencies should go ahead. We should have this camera, our CCTV camera, on every perspective of the company, not just, as Vikram said, only the person holding the laptop and sitting in this company. Wonderful, Vikram. It's love to hear from you. Ravi is here?
Yes.
Yeah, hi, Ravi. Please, from your side.
So I would just say that, just like Raghav also said, that you need to communicate. I wouldn't say for sure because I'm not a CEO yet, but just from my experiences of being on set, I would say that I'm a kind of person who's very forgiving in nature. In terms of, like, if I would have an employee who would do any kind of mistake, I would be very much forgiving. But I think that there's a downside to it as well, that you must forgive, but also you need to communicate what are the what are the consequences of the mistake, right? So that is very important, and that's very short, in a very short manner, that I would say that.
Wonderful. Yes. Thank you so much, Ravi. We have to forgive, but also know the reasons for that, the pitfalls for that. Thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much. And now my very interesting question to all of you is like, nowadays, our organization, International Institute of Influencers, we work for promoting education. Our vision is humanization of education, promoting education for life, not just for living. People nowadays are considering education for living, not for life. So that children nowadays are very good in making robots, making apps. They are highly sophisticated. Even a 16-year-old, even a 10-year-old is also making robots, apps, very online apps, so many things, codings, whatnot. But he even doesn't know how to respect his parents. He even doesn't know how to appreciate others. He doesn't know how to love. One person just recently, one of the doctor told me, Dr. Shama, I looked at one person and I smiled at him. And he said, do I know you? Do I know you? This is the answer that the person is giving to me. Means the world has become so self-centered that you are smiling. That means you are having a reason to talk, a reason, something that you know, or you want something from him. Means when you, according to the ethics, if you see a person, just a smile, give a gesture, hold it. Means there are certain things which are required for, we are earning money to live happily. People are forgetting that is our purpose of our life. So this is what. So I want to ask you the question, like, do you prefer, are you also in the same kind, taking education for living, not just for life? Not for life, just for living. Yeah, Ravi. I think Ravi has raised his hand. Yes, Ravi.
So I think education and literacy are two completely different things. And, education is something that you gain from your own experience, values, and morals that you have about your life. And I think that almost everyone that we see in our daily life are educated, in their homes. But literacy is something that you get from an institution, or that's basically the information that has been passed from generations to generations, in a certain manner. So yeah, I mean, education definitely is necessary in order to follow the daily life norms and values of human beings, right?
Thank you for distinguishing that difference. It's an awesome difference that you have given. Thank you for posting the fact of that education is really required for running the values of our life. Thank you, Ravi. Raghav, from your side.
You're right. So I very well follow that quote, well said by APJ Abdul Kalam sir, that education is the most important part of life. There are 2 points: education for living or education for life. I would always prefer education for life. Education for living means you're educated so that you can live. But people do live without education also in today's world. Even if you go for tribes, if you go for anything, people do live without education. Your motive should be to education for life. Educate for life. One more point I would like to add is that like we say, there's no age of learning. So there's no age of getting educated. Like if a 2-year-old child is getting educated of how to eat food, how to walk, a 10-year-old boy or a girl is getting educated of how to like new subjects in school. A 18-year-old, 20-year-old student is getting educated for new things. A 24, 25 years old or getting educated for something new in life. So at every stage of life, we get educated about something new in our lives. So every phase of life is a new phase for us. So we can't live a phase twice. So we get educated with something new in life should be the goal, should be the prior thing that we should focus. Because like without education, I don't think so that this world would lead to a better place. Education is the most important part of life. It is the key. It is the key to success, and it is the key to be. It is the key to be a good human being. It's not always about success. It's always about being a good human being. Success doesn't come to everyone, but if you become a good human being, success will definitely come to you. So getting educated to being a good human being is the most important part of life. And thus I would say that education for life is more important for me than education for just living.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, even for endorsing our vision as well, our organization's vision, our education fund. I hope every student, every person understands this and carry forward. Thank you, Raghav. Thank you so much. Yes, Vikram.
Yeah.
Please.
And my thoughts, like if I'll go with education for living, so everyone, like I think most of the people are doing that at the age of this, I'll get graduated, at the age of this, I'll get this degree, then I'll get a job, then I'll get money, and I'm going to survive, I'll get married, I'll have kids, I'll have this house, this car. Means this is only not the life, what I think. Because what I think, like if only one person is getting influenced by you, if only one person is getting learning something from you, that is the thing that you have achieved. Means you are teaching something to the society. And for education, having education only for living is not the thing, but education for life is the thing that is that work according to that. Like you should implement. We all know, we all learned in our childhood that when the signal is red, we have to stop. When the signal is green, then we have to go. But most of the people would do that. They see, oh, the policeman is there, then we'll only stop. If not, then we can cross the road because policeman is there. He will just find us. He'll just. So they all know that the red signal we have to stop, but they only learn that things pass the examination. They are not implementing there in the daily life. So this is the thing. So we definitely, Raghav also said that we should have to do like put that education in our day-to-day life. Like, and education along with the discipline. One more thing I want to add, along with the discipline, the both acts like simultaneously, and definitely shows your personality in a different manner. And this is the thing that other people from the society sees you and get influence from you.
What an example. You are giving such an example that even I think nobody will forget. Even the one with the Shah Rukh Khan, the example you have given was so means touching example, and the signal example as well. Yes, there is a very clear difference for the people to understand. Wonderful, Vikram. I'm so happy to hear this answer, especially from the youth like you, who are progressing for the future, and you are carrying such a positive values with you. It is really a good sign, I can say. It's a good sign that we have a wonderful youth here still in the world. Okay, Nandini, from your side.
Yes, so education is a big topic in itself, because, and particularly for me, because basically my background is that I grew up in India, but then I also grew up in other countries. So I have experienced, I have experienced the education system in India as well as abroad. So I think all education systems, we can talk about, what are the pros of this one, what are the cons of this one, or whatever. But I think there is one fundamental problem, and in a way, what your organization is saying is hitting that problem, is that essentially what education today in the whole world is doing is that all it is doing employees, or it's basically job training, which I think is wrong. Now I think that the standards of what is the ideal employee varies from country to country and culture to culture. I think like at least when I was in school in India, there was very much of a culture of like the teacher is just writing the facts on blackboard, and then the kids are just learning those facts and then writing those facts on the paper. But no kids aren't learning how to question the facts, how to have discussions on the facts. It's like, okay, in history we just learn, okay, this event happened, and then the kid writes it in the notebook, and then they write it in the test, this event happened. But then when I was abroad, I was definitely learning things like, okay, this event happened, should this person have done this, should this person, what is your opinion? And so we were encouraged to think on those lines. And I think the reason why that connects directly to the employees thing is that I think in India there is definitely very much a culture of instilling obedience in employees, in students, in children, in just there is very much a culture of instilling obedience, and of course Ravikant said that having respect for those that are more experienced is very important. I just think that that respect doesn't come out of like saying like you have to respect me, or just instilling that respect. I think it comes naturally if you are a good person. That is my opinion, and also, but then on the other hand, the problem I found with education systems abroad is that they have these days, especially for even like people in 11th and 12th, there are very high standards of like, okay, you don't just have to get good grades, you also have to be very extroverted. By extroverted, what I mean is very talkative. You have to be very organized, or you have to be very this and that and this, which, okay, it is good ideal employees, but speaking from personal experience, I do everything in a very different way. Now I'm obviously talking very openly here, but when it comes to like talking in like small talk, how was your day, what happened yesterday, that small talk, I'm not very good at it. I'm not. And I also am somebody that has trouble like organizing myself effectively, but I have come to just accept that chaos in my mind. Like, not obviously I will always be working to better myself, but like for me, the way I work is that for example, if there is a performance in college, then that will give me the motivation. It's like, okay, now I will practice. So that's just it's not something I do on purpose. It's just the way that my brain works, So what I can do, and what I'm planning to do is like have a performance every month. If I make sure that there is an audition or a performance or something every month, then that will automatically give me the motivation to be consistent in my singing practice. So basically, I think we need to teach people in education. We need to first of all get rid of, I think, like, and I've been saying this all throughout this interview, this panel, is that we need to take into considerations every human's individual needs. Humans are different. I think education should teach us to accept ourselves the way we are. And also, I think education should teach us to be strong people and good human beings. That is the primary thing. And also, I don't think that the bottom line is that I don't think that it should just be job training, like education should not just be job training, which is a princess in the way that it comes around. But ultimately, that is the fundamental problem, is that education has basically become just job training. I think that education should be in a way where you're not forcing any child to not be who they are, but you are basically encouraging the child to be the best version of themselves. So, that's my thinking. So, education for, like, okay, to be honest, when my interpretation of education for life and living was the opposite. So because when I heard education for life, I heard just, okay, basic life, basic survival, basic job. But when I hear the word living, I hear the word like, truly living in every moment, living with happiness, and I think in this world, this is a bit off, but in the world going forward, I think we need to, of course, we just need to be happy. That is the one thing that every human wants, to be happy. And so we should just move forward in this world, making sure that we're not harming anyone else so that they're happy, and also so that we are doing what we're most passionate about so that we're happy, And that's why in my CEO question, I'm like, okay, if as a CEO I can guarantee the basic survival of my employees, the energy to invest in what makes them happy. So
wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nandini, for reinforcing the fact that happiness is the main purpose of our life. We are all here to bring that wonderful smile in our faces, whatever we do. And our education is only going to do that, to bring happiness in our life. I don't know how to thank you guys today, because you have brought up such a wonderful facet of life today to all the youth in all the domains. With everyone, Nandini, Vikram, Raghav, and Ravi, you have given different perspective with such a demonstrated examples. Rarely we can find, I don't know, I never expected that today's session will be such a exemplifying, I can say, fabulous and fantastic, with illustrative example and giving the visionary examples for this young CEO. From the bottom of my heart, from the International Institute of Influencers family, I would really love to extend all my gratitude for your wonderful opinions, wonderful time, especially precious time that you had here today with us. And thank you for making even AFT proud with being such a wonderful, I'm feeling so proud that AFT is bringing such a wonderful, productive future citizens into this world. And I wish all the very best to four of you. Nandini, your voice is so bright, and you said you are very good in, your passion is music. Can we have 2 lines from you before we end up?
Okay. I actually mostly English songs, and
anything.
I don't know what to sing.
Yeah, this will have a great ending here with her song.
Yeah, I think anyone can join Nandini as well. It will be a memorable moment for us.
This might be a song that many people might not know. So people don't know. So, but I'm really feeling, I think that this is a very appropriate song to end this panel on.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. By the way, I'm like totally nervous. This totally caught me off guard. But
No, you are. Yeah, please. We are here to encourage you. Come on.
As cold as dawn, they march in darkness, enslaving the young and killing their fathers. But soon they'll know the path they've chosen has carved their faith in stone. In blood and tears, 1,000 times we rise against, we'll always hold the line of reckoning. Red tears run down like a river. Don't close your eyes, it won't disappear. No fear, you wanna end the pain. Don't let go, don't back down. Hold the line, we'll bring the reckoning.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Nandini, no words. It's amazing. I was just trying to recall which singer I know with this voice. I was trying to recall. It's wonderful. All the very best, Nandini, for your passion, for your bright future. I hope you will. I wish and pray for all of you, first of all, a bright and best future. And both of you, I think Ravi is here. I know. Any one inspirational song quickly. In Hindi?
Song.
Yeah.
Out of syllabus now.
About songs,
Yeah,
because if I'm going to sing, everybody's going to close their ears.
No.
So I can't sing.
Anything. No, it's out of syllabus. Sometimes it should come. Exam question, there will be one out of syllabus.
Is a director from movie and
Because youth will be energized by listening to you.
I could.
Acha, you cannot hear the last one. Anything. Any powerful power pack dialogue, anything.
No, I don't think that I am right now at the level, at the position where I could.
I wish you all the very best for that, Ravi. And wish you all the very best for your wonderful future. And thank you once again for accepting our invitation and joining us. And thank you, Nandini, for such a wonderful voice. And all the very best. Take care then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.